think my goal today is to try every nose trick in one session. So I've loaded in the pink board, so the really good nose rider for this session. It's looking like the waves are a little bit messy, so to make the most of that, I thought I'd just go for a sort of fast-paced, fun session where I tried every nose trick that I can think of out there. So I think my goal today is to try and do every nose trick in one session. So yeah, I think that'll be fun. I probably won't get them all. Maybe I will. We'll see. But yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, let's get into it now. Just before we get into the session, it was super fun and super hectic. I was trying everything. Just a little heads up, there was a trick at the end which I was having to battle and persevere with. I'd never tried it before. What I'll do in the end is reflect on that a little bit. Hopefully that will be helpful for everyone watching, because I think it'll be a really good insight into how we persevere and go through learning things that we've never tried before, or learning things that are really difficult, and how to exactly persevere with that. And on top of that, this session I fell more than I reckon I have since I was about 12, so there'll be a bit of a blooper reel at the end because that might be fun to watch. Yoo. So you might have seen that last trick at the end, the fin first takeoff, and I think it's just something I wanted to speak about a little bit. So I was going through the session, and it was the last trick, or one of the last tricks that I was going to try. I hadn't tried it before, I've seen guys like Andy Niebulis and stuff do it, looks amazing, and so I thought, yep, we'll give it a bit of a go. And little did I know, it turned into a little bit of a battle. So I suppose what I wanted to do first is show you, I guess, the amount of attempts that it took. So this itself will be a bit of a blooper reel as well as the one at the end. And then I wanted to just have a bit of a chat about how we think about persevering through tricks. So I have to admit, I haven't done something like this in a little while. The last time I did this was when I came up with that new trick, so the double reverse kick. You might have seen that a couple of times in this session. I did it, it's also in my intro to the Sunday glide, so that's the one I'm talking about there, where you do the kick, the reverse kick, and then you put the other foot out as well. I remember going through that one, and I had sessions and sessions and sessions where I was just falling and falling and falling, to the point where I would escape to surf breaks by myself so that I wasn't in front of people, because it was so difficult and I wasn't able to get it. But I've eventually nailed it. I can get it pretty consistently now, which is fantastic once I figured out exactly what I was doing wrong. But a lot of that is just trial and error. So a lot of repetition coming into that. But yeah, in a second, we'll speak about exactly how I feel about persevering through stuff like that. I know it can relate a little bit to some of what you guys are doing with regards to whether it be your pop-up, your turning, your nose riding, your hang tens, anything like that. So let's get into all of the trials right now. Okay, so from what you can see there's a fair few attempts. I think there's 15 or so there, and I think in total it took me about 18 to 20 attempts overall. So yeah, what was happening was I was trying and trying and trying and trying. I actually came in and I just said to my old man who was filming, look, we'll call it, it's taking too long. He was like, no, go back out, doesn't matter how long it takes. So I was stoked on that, went back out for another try. As I went back out, I actually got it first go, and it was just a little insider, and the camera wasn't pointing my way yet, so I got it. I think I even gave myself a little fist pump. I was like, yeah, awesome. And yeah, we weren't able to get it, so then I went back out and ran into the same issues. I was trying to troubleshoot as I was out there, but really having a lot of trouble with it, just based on the type of waves that were out there. It was really tricky for that, and then getting to the hang 5 was fine, and then coming back was okay. As soon as that board started to move, you needed to make sure you were in the exact right position on the board, and that you were, really quite, just willing to allow that board to move underneath you, because I can do normal helicopters sort of fine. And yeah, I'm used to that board rotation feeling, but for one reason or another, when I think it was just a combination of me walking back at the same time as the board trying to move and all of that, I found it really tricky. And even towards the end, I was feeling a little bit defeated from it, before I'd really gotten it. I know I was exhausted. I'd been out there for a long time, and yeah, there was one time where I'd lost my board into the beach, fallen again, had to swim into the beach, and I was just thinking, this is going to be really hard. Maybe I won't get it today. I'm a little bit obsessive. I have a bit of that sort of attitude, so I really want to get something once I put my mind to it. So yeah, obviously I kept going through, and I think I actually remember this more as a kid. As I was speaking about before, the last time I sort of did this was with that double reverse kick. But as a kid, I would become quite obsessive about this sort of stuff. and just try until I got it. And I think the important thing there is, as it was today, it doesn't always feel good in the moment because, of course, you really want to get this thing, but it feels like you're not going to get there, and that no matter the tweaks that you make or how you do it, it's really difficult to come out on top. But I think it's not always a bad sort of feeling to have that either. If we really want something and you're trying over and over and over, and we're dedicated to it, the more effort and, I guess, dedication that you put into it, the payoff is just that much better. I came out of that session just feeling awesome. The one that I did actually get, the initial one I got was a little bit cleaner, and then that last one, obviously, there was a little bit of a bump and a bit of a wobble, but nonetheless, I was able to ride out of it, which was sick, and I was super stoked on that. So I'm definitely going to go out and try that a bit more in my coming sessions to really try and nail that one, because it's super fun trick. Looks really cool. So yeah, I'm just amped on that at the moment. And I do think this sort of unrelenting perseverance to different maneuvers, whether that be this trick here or like I spoke about before, even the pop-up, learning to turn. There's this kind of barrier that we run into when we are trying something new and something that feels weird, where it feels like you've got a massive roadblock ahead of you. But I think it is really important just to, if you want to, you don't have to, you can kind of just walk on to the next thing. But if you're really wanting to learn how to get better, that perseverance through I suppose the difficulties that the waves or the different maneuver places in front of you is super important, and I know that's been a big part of my growth and development. And I think, surfing is just fun, so go out and have fun with your surfing, but I think it's okay to have that obsession, laser focus, frustration, determination, to go alongside all of the fun sort of aspects of your surfing. And I think that can be a really valuable, important part of your surfing as well, or at least for me anyway. This session on its given day could have just been a pretty lousy surf, but I've come away pretty stoked on it all. So yeah, I'm happy with how it went, and yeah, stoked I nailed that one in the end. I know this is the sort of stuff that's really pushed me in the past, which I find both a challenge and really fun. And I really think I should also get into this a little bit more as well. I think as we get into our sort of mold of surfing, it doesn't stand out to us to jump into these sort of unknown areas as much. So super glad that I had this session, and it's been a lot of fun and something I've learned a lot from. Alright, so let's do a little bit of a run through that session. I think I counted through and I was able to complete or at least try 17 different nose tricks, which I was super stoked with. These were, I wrote this down, the reverse hang 10 or hang heels, the regular 10 to run back, the reverse kick 5, switch reverse kick 5, backwards walk to reverse 5, the foot stall. I attempted a little nose sit, which did not work, but very Augusto Olinto inspired there. Gonna get one of those one day for sure. Hang 5 off the top, reverse kick 5, regular kick 5, the double foot reverse kick, so that move that I've got in the intro and the one that I came up with a little while ago. Heel grab, switch backhand walk to switch 5, foot drag to run back, backhand reverse kick 5, and the fins first hang 5 to helicopter. That one that took about just many attempts to try and get. And there were a few tricks that I missed in the session that it didn't get to, but we'll get to those another time. I think what I took away from this is it made a really average session. Super exciting. I was kind of going up there and we were chatting and just saying, I'm not really sure we'll get much today. It was pretty tricky. My initial thoughts on today's session was I wanted to do a session where I was doing the longest reverse 10 possible and working on my hang heels. But yeah, just the waves weren't conducive to it. Kind of felt like I was a little kid again, just trying lots of different things, falling a bunch, and I had that sort of perseverance and dedication to try and get as many of these as possible. So yeah, had a great time. So I was exhausted by the end. It was super fast paced, just trying all of the different sort of nose tricks and trying to figure out exactly how to get each one. And I was sort of bouncing between moves quite a lot as well. So I think, maybe I could have gotten them a little bit more successfully if I had just gone, all right, this is the trick I'm doing now and this is the trick I'm doing now. But I just figured I wanted to kind of lend my sort of surfing to what the waves were asking for, so had a little bit more free flowing than that, which I think was a good decision in the end. Yeah, as I said, I definitely haven't fallen this much for years and years, so I think it just shows, you know, I was pushing myself out of my comfort zone a little bit, and I think that's something that, you know, I know was really, really important for my progress when I was a kid. So, you know, just had that persistence with trying to get these different maneuvers and stuff. And I think that's even something just reminds me now of how important that still is, and I think I'll try and do that a little bit more into the future as well, which hopefully I'll be able to show you guys on as we kind of take this journey on the edit here. In the interest of not making this video too long, I think we'll wrap it up there. We're finalizing the details for the glide clothing, so super stoked on that and can't wait to show you guys what's involved there. We'll have another tip time coming up this Wednesday. Really happy with the feedback on that previous one. If you've got any other ideas for tip time, please leave them in the comments below, and we'll get to those next time. So yeah, that's just a fun way to be able to I suppose involve you guys in some of this, and hopefully answer your questions so that you're getting out of this what you'd like as well. Other than that, really appreciate everyone for their support. If you'd like to follow along, please feel free to do so. We've got some coaching that we can do one-on-one online sessions or face-to-face sessions with. And so if you'd like anything like that, and a bit of guidance through how to implement some of the things that you're learning and some strategies and I guess guidance there, please feel free to contact me anytime. And then also check out the links in the description below for other ways that you can help support the channel. Other than that, we'll come up with a little blooper reel now, so hopefully you enjoy that. There's a fair few there, and yeah, we'll catch you on the next one.